And of course, over on No Guts No Galaxy TV, they did a podcast. I'm guessing last week it was with Russ Bullock from Prana Games, the makers of MechWarrior 5 and MechWarrior Online. Phil sat down from PGI, from Phil from NGNG, sat down with Russ and talked to him for about 2 hours or so, talking about all kinds of crap. The big news. The only news that came out of that whole conversation really is that PGI is currently working on another MechWarrior game, not MechWarrior Online, MechWarrior game, similar in style to MechWarrior 5, as in it's going to be a single-player, standalone, not MechWarrior Online 2. It's just going to be another MechWarrior game. No specifics, official announcement coming later this year. Rusty Bullock, yes, there we go, Rusty Bullock. So, hopefully co-op? I would think so, considering the success of MechWarrior 5 and its co-op portion. If it doesn't have co-op, I don't know why I would buy it, in all honesty. So, MechWarrior 5 without multiplayer is a really not good game, in all honesty. I like MechWarrior 5 because of the multiplayer co-op portion of it. Single player, it sucks. It's not a fun game single player. All the fun of it is with multiplayer co-op stuff. And if PGI doesn't understand that, they are doing the wrong stuff. So, is anybody I'm hoping for a good game, Vook Rules. I'm hoping the MechWarrior title is good. Again, I'm hoping basically for a MechWarrior 5. It could be a MechWarrior 5 2.5 or 0.5 or MechWarrior 5.5, whatever. It doesn't matter. But if it doesn't have co-op, I don't see a reason to buy it, in all honesty. Because in today's world, the MechWarrior games, I think, shine for being co-op games. Yes, and hope I like spending my money in game. And time, then all the other times was pretty much co-op. Right, that's what I did too. I did the storyline once, did the story, blah, and then everything else has been co-op since then. Why a new game and not just a big DLC? We don't know. There was no specifics really, Vook Rules, in the podcast. It was just brought up that that's the next game they're working on is a MechWarrior game. The official announcement later this year. I think he said September, which is a pretty long time. But it's a lot. But they've been working on stuff for a while too. So I wonder what's really going on there too. Is it the announcement's coming out later this year? No real specifics, yet we know PGI has been working on something for at least a year, if not longer. Another game. They never made any announcement there. We can assume that it was probably maybe this MechWarrior game. We don't know. So again, more information later this year. We can speculate all we want until then. Yeah, Tiger. We don't like to talk about that kind of stuff. They would make more if it was a new game. Right. Yes, it's a pre-announcement announcement. The clans. I have a feeling it's related to the clans, Tiger. My personal opinion is the announcement in September is going to be MechWarrior Clan Invasion. It's going to be totally separate storyline. I don't know what they're actually going to do, but it's going to be MechWarrior Clan Invasion. That guaranteed. That's what's going to be in September because that's where the money is. If they want to make any money off another MechWarrior game, that's where the money is. Yep. He lived it 2 years. Well, it's the smart thing to do. I mean, it's for them not to do a DLC for the clans for MechWarrior 5 in the first place isn't smart. The fact that they haven't done it yet is bewildering because that's big money. Because remember when the clans came into MechWarrior Online, they made a shit ton of money off of that. So that's what people want to do. So clan DLC would not make enough money. Yeah, he's saying that because they were already planning this game. That's why. That's why. He said that. The DLC wouldn't make enough money. It's just bullshit to cover up that they're really working on a clan thing. It's going to happen. It's just not going to be a DLC. That way they could charge more money. In reality, it's just another DLC. because that's that's what it's going to be. Because they're not going to change the engine. They're not going to introduce new models other than the clan stuff. So they're already going to have this whole stable of mechs for the inner sphere to get destroyed. They're going to bring in all the clan models, sell the game for $50-$60, and it's going to be essentially just a DLC because they're going to use the same engine technology, the same map making stuff, the same mechanics of it's going to be basically the same game. It's just going to have clan stuff on it instead. New cockpits, new voices. What do you mean? They're going to use the same exact cockpits they have in MechWarrior Online. The voices? Oh no, they're going to have the same actors with slightly different accents. Sorry. My skepticism and my jaded spectacles here are kicking in big time with what they're actually going to do. Because remember, it's PGI. PGI doesn't put a whole lot of effort into this stuff. They don't have the stuff. Yes, I'm a jaded falcon for sure. This is what they're going to do. The same model they did with MechWarrior 5. It's going to be MechWarrior Clan Invasion for the base game. They're going to have a little storyline that you're going to work through. More than likely, it's going to be, if they're smart, it'll be still co-op, so you can do that with your friends or whatever. The initial game's going to sell for between $60 and $70, probably closer to, it's going to be probably 60. And then after about 6 months or so, they're going to start throwing out DLCs, adding more and more mechs. And basically, and just new stuff here and there. And it's going to be basically the same thing they did with MechWarrior 5. Because again, they don't have to put a whole lot of work into it because the engine's already done. They know what to do with the mechs. They know how to do the maps for the most part and how they do the different missions and stuff like that. Maybe they'll throw in some different modes and whatever. But even then, I don't think that takes a whole lot of effort on their part based on what they've shown already. So, like I said, and I don't know. It's just, again, it's going to be MechWarrior 5 clans and start spending your money again. And it's big money. And if the thing is, if you listen to the podcast that they just put out with Phil, that's pretty much the way Russ is approaching this stuff. He's figured this out a while back. He pretty much let it slip in the podcast that they made more money with MechWarrior 5 than MechWarrior Online made. The first year of MechWarrior 5 made, or at least the first 2 or 3 years. How long has it been out? 2-3 years. Basically, MechWarrior 5 has made more money so far. More money than MechWarrior Online has made in 10 years, basically, is kind of what they're saying. Because MechWarrior Online isn't making shit for money anymore. It hasn't been for 3 or 4 years at least. Their big years are long past. So, because again, Russ talks about all this shit in the podcast. If you listen carefully and listen between the lines, they really want the MechWarrior 5 model as far as the business model to work. And it seems to be making more money for them. So that's why they're sticking to it. So if it's DLC with tweaks, they get $15-$20. If it's a new game, it's 60. Oh yeah, I know. Well, it's not only is it a new game worth 60, it's a new game with more DLCs. See, if you just throw out a singular DLC, it's $15-$20 for that DLC. And then you have to put another DLC to do that kind of stuff. So instead of putting out 4 or 5 DLCs of clan stuff, what they're going to do is they're going to put out a new standalone game, sell it for $60, and then put in 4 to 5 more DLCs behind it to make that kind of stuff and see how far they can take that. So, lack of new content, MWO has killed it. Well, there's lots of things that have killed MWO. Content is one of them, but there's other stuff too. A new DLC, you need one new clan mech in each of them. Not even that. Not even that. I'm trying is how many did they put? See, the problem with MechWarrior 5 is, yeah, they put out DLCs, but I'm trying to remember, did they actually put specific mechs in each one? I think they did. But because of seeing those models for so many years in MechWarrior Online, it's hard for me to remember when they actually came into MechWarrior 5, because I really wasn't paying attention. and exactly when they started adding different mechs and stuff. I mean, some of some of them were added in through DLCs, but some of them came into a lot of games came in through the core game. So Tarzan, welcome to the stream. Wiki has that, and when that's right, yeah, Wiki does have that information. I just don't feel like looking it up. Yeah, they do actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the wiki list of mechs, it tells you what part of the what DLCs they were in, that kind of stuff. So they did add mechs in, but I don't remember which one specifically. But again, we'll find out later this year exactly what they're. Well, we'll get an idea of what they're doing in a couple of months. Well, I won't see a couple of months because I think he said September. So I don't know why he's given an 8-month lead-in on an announcement. So I don't know. The one on the 23rd added Crusaders. The one on the 23rd. Are we talking MechWarrior 5 or MechWarrior Online? Because I don't think the Crusader gets added in until the next DLC for MechWarrior 5, which is coming out this month. Yeah, that's later this month, isn't it? That's the one that's adding the Crusaders. So, yeah, okay. Okay, so, do you want to discuss any more MechWarrior stuff before we move on to what we're really at? 2 weeks away? Oh, geez, 2 weeks away already. Here I am bashing PGI, and they haven't given me a free code yet. They probably won't. They offer them, but usually after I've already bought it. But anyway, one day. Okay, let's get started with Master of Magic. What I'm here for today.